Here we go with the back side now. Number 9. We're adding from 4 to 16 is plus 12, plus 12. From 0 to 4 on the top is plus 4, plus 4. My change in y is 12. My change in x is 4. 12 divided by 4 gives me 3. So my slope is m equals 3. For number 10, I've got a change of plus 1 over a change of plus 1. Change in y over change in x is 1 over 1. That's, of course, just equal to 1. Down to 11. This is another interesting one because we're decreasing our y value. We're subtracting 3 each time. We're only adding 1 on the top for x. We get negative 3 over 1. If we have a 1 on the bottom, we don't need it. So this is just m equals negative 3. For number 12, from 5 to 6, that's plus 1. 5 to 0, minus 5. Now this is another interesting one because now we've got a negative change in x. Let's see what happens here. My change in y is positive 1. My change in x is negative 5. Now I can't simplify 1 over 5. I know I want to keep that 1 in the top because it's a fraction with the smaller numbers on the top. So we got to keep that smaller number on top. But this negative number, I don't want to keep it in the bottom of my fraction. I want to move it out of my denominator and into my numerator, just like that. Negative 1 over 5 as opposed to 1 over negative 5. Down to 13. Last 4. From 0 to 6, that's plus 6. From 6 to 12, that's plus 6. From 0 to 3, that's plus 3. From 3 to 6, that's plus 3. Change in y over change in x. 6 over 3 simplifies, to 2. So my slope is equal to 2. And number 14, I'm subtracting 6 and adding 3. My change in y over my change in x, negative 6 over positive 3. That simplifies out to negative 2. Right? My bigger number's on top. 3 goes in evenly, so I end up with a whole number, but in this case it's a negative whole number, negative 2. Also called an integer, right? A negative whole number, it's just an integer. Number 15, I'm adding 7 on the bottom, adding 1 on the top. So I'll flip them around so the top goes to the bottom goes to the top. 7 over 1. Now that my 1's on the bottom, I can get rid of it. And my slope is 7. This is going to be a very, very steep line if we were to plot those points and graph it. And finally, plus 1, plus 1, plus 3, plus 3. Again, your brain's going to look at this and go, oh, 3 over 1 is just 3. But it's the change in y over the change in x, which is 1/3. My 1's in the top of my fraction, so I'm going to keep it. If it's in the bottom, I can get rid of it. If it's in the top, I want it to stay. So there it is. That's how we're finding slope from a table. Hopefully that's a fairly simple process. Again, the more you do it over and over again, the better you're going to be at it and the more confident you're going to grow into to get it done.